You do a lot of seminars across the entire country. What compelled you to do a presentation for the Black Economic Council?
I live in this community, and you know, actually I've spoken for the urban bankers when they first formed years ago. I see that we all have to be part of our own communities, but I think in the greater community, our Bay Area community, we all need to be networking and connected to each other. Before diversity was such a big word or inclusion was such a big word, I have to go back to the old-fashioned one, which is be nice to everyone. You know, and if I have a gift, then this is something that I would want to share. So I was actually very honored to be asked. So I'm glad I was available and that I could do this.
What's the real benefit to the participants of a diverse audience that you'll see on October 15th at the Black Economic Council's event?
Number one, when you come to this event, you are going to meet many people in the community. Within my own presentation, we do an interactive where you're going to get up and actually meet people. It isn't role playing, because I despise role playing. I call it real playing. You're actually going to get to meet people in your own community. I think what I give is the tools, but I also give something at another level, and that's the permission. We just need to go over and talk to people, introduce ourselves, be nice, what we were taught to do when we grew up.
You hear the word networking all the time. You hear people talk about working a room, getting contacts, grabbing business cards. How do you define networking versus working a room?
You could be great at networking. You could be the person with the best follow-up. You send the article, you introduce people, you touch base. But you could still find walking into a room full of strangers to be utterly daunting. And by the way, I think it's 93% of us self-identify as shy. That means walking into a room full of people, even if we know some of them, it's really uncomfortable. And you could be great at walking into a room and have not a shred of follow-up. You could be the most hail, well-met, and hearty boy or girl and have no networking skills. You never follow up. You never do what you say you're going to do. You never pick up a phone. But together, those two skills are dynamite. We'd want our children to have those skills. It's really how you relate and connect, not just for business, but in your social and personal life as well.
You've written 4 or 5 books. Of all the books that you've written, which would be the best for a person trying to get their act together today?
I say face-to-face, because I think we need to reclaim the personal touch in a digital world. What do I say next is, if conversation is not your forte, that book is great. It's how to make conversation. And it's also what not to say. So if you really want to know what to do, what to say, how to make the conversation, I have a chapter in there, turning shoes to schmooze, because I noticed someone's shoes because I was looking down. I ended up making a conversation with her. I think that's the other thing we could do. Make it easy for people to talk to us. A necklace, a tie, you know, I've seen men wear these little lapel pins, a brooch. You know, make it easy for people to come over to you. It's the Bonnie Raitt, Susan RoAne School of Conversation. Let's give them something to talk about. If you don't have a network, you're really out of luck. And the people that change jobs and are going through the tough economic times, if you've built your network ahead of time, that's like an insurance policy that won't quit on you. What people find, I think, irritating is when you show up at your professional association when you're only in a career issue. You've got to be known. You know, they say it's not what you know, it's who you know. It's not who you know, it's who knows you. That's what my femtor said, and I dedicated Secrets of Savvy Networking to the late Sally Livingston. I said, oh, you're a great mentor. And she said, Susan, I can't be your mentor, I'm your femtor. And she actually coined that phrase. And she said to me, it's who knows you. Another friend of mine said, it's who wants to know you. Who wants to know you? Who wants to know you and refer to you in their network? So if we have our network in place and we are known by them, it's like money in the bank. But there's another part to it. It just can't be that our network helps us. We really have to be someone people can count on too.
Susan, tell me, how does personal interaction lead to career enhancement and business growth for businesses and individuals?
Like I always tell people, do online things as a way of supporting but not supplanting personal interaction. You know, it's the smile, it's the laugh. That's how you incidentally find out you both have a cousin that went to, University of Tennessee. And then the conversation goes elsewhere and it comes back to purpose because we segue and it's organic. But that personal interaction creates relationships and creates the foundation to build long-term lasting relationships.
Of all the things that you've read, if you could give a person one thought, what would it be?
One thing I've said and I wrote is, don't judge tomorrow's book by today's cover. You have no idea. And I will get back to my Chicago roots and say, you think I'm for 11, you can avoid me? You don't even know who I'm related to. You don't know who I know. I may not have the right title, but I may have a cousin that could take care of you. Be nice to everyone. It costs nothing. And the kinder we are to everyone, that I do believe comes back to us.